The Sportster's been cruising this planet since 1957. That's a lot older than I am. Some call it a dinosaur, some call it an icon. I call it the longest running model within Harley-Davidson's history. And that stands for something. It deserves more than a review. Quite a bit more.
Today I'd like to pay homage to a motorcycle that's known industry-wide. Anyone who rides on two wheels knows what a Sportster is, and for good reason. It's a great motorcycle. In 1957, Harley released the first Sportster. It came with an iron head engine. And the one behind me has an Evolution engine. Still, in 2022.
It's loud. It vibrates. It's not very fast. And to some people, that's a turnoff. To me, it's a glimpse into the past. It's the great American freedom machine, after all. It's a reminder that we don't always ride motorcycles for function. Sometimes you ride them to feel alive. And that's exactly what this motorcycle does.
Some might say the Sportster is only built for females. Well, that's just not true at all. Those dudes lack respect for riding in general. Some bikes are built for ripping around in the city, and some bikes are built for going across the country, riding thousands of miles at a time. You have to appreciate each motorcycle for what it is and what its purpose is. The Sportster is built for ripping around the city. I, on the other hand, appreciate the Iron 883 for exactly what it is. It's a piece of art. Sleek teardrop tank, blacked out finish with a splash of chrome, and an engine with a classic potato sound. Sure, the frame is a bit flimsy, and the suspension does little to actually combat the issue. You're missing a gear on the transmission, it's only got 5, and when you're running 65 miles an hour, you'll be pulling about 3,500 RPMs. And that rumble you get when cruising around town, that turns into a buzz when you're cruising on the highway at 65 miles an hour. It'll put your hands to sleep.
Ironically, it's these shortcomings that make things interesting. If you'd like my 2 cents, don't tour with an iron. This bike is much more enjoyable cruising around backcountry roads and around town. That's pretty much what it was made for in the current lineup.
All jokes aside, there's nothing to be ashamed about with a Sportster, even an Iron 883. It's got everything you need to make a great Harley-Davidson, even more so than the new touring bikes. I mean, what's more Harley-Davidson than an Evo motor? So as Harley moves forward with technology and performance, let's appreciate where they're going and support them, but let's also not overlook where they've come from. The Iron 883 and any Sportster with an Evolution motor, for that fact, they're great motorcycles, whether it's a beginner motorcycle or a second bike in the garage. So with recent changes to the Sportster lineup, could the Iron 883 be the last great Sportster? Who knows, but time will tell.
Does she notice the things I notice?